What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. We're here recording live from the mothership with another Southampton episode. This is episode 14 of the series. And we're kicking it off right here with a Premier League fixture against Watford. Now, you guys have been following the series. You know how crucial these upcoming games are. I think we're gonna have 2 more episodes really before the season comes to an end. And it is as tight as it could ever be. You saw the table at the end of the episode. It is insane. This is the lineup we're going with, facing off against Watford, Wolfie's old team, before they sacked him. Before that boy, I mean, honestly, he didn't sack him. The boy, he stepped down because he knew he was going to get a sack. You know, he wanted to hold that pride because he knew he was going to get sacked. Like, he done a, I can't even remember who it was who did that. But right there, Charlie Austin leading the line in this one. Getting an early chance and forcing a brilliant save out of the keeper. You saw that save. That save was insane. Charlie Austin linking up this time with Miguel Almiron, though, who's coming down the right. Gets away from his man and curls a fantastic effort into that far post. This man, Miguel Almiron, he had a little bit of a slow start to his Southampton career because, I mean, he wasn't necessarily starting. He's still not starting every game. He's not starting unless we play a 4-2-3-1. He really doesn't start. He might come off of the bench in central midfield or on the wing, but he really doesn't start because, I mean, obviously he's an attacking midfielder, so unless we play an attacking midfielder, he's usually not starting. So he's still making the most out of that, though. So he got off to a slow start, not playing too many games, but now he's just excelling. The boy, he's almost playing so good that I'm gonna have to start considering changing my formation full time. Someone's gonna have to be sacrificed from that midfield three. Whether it be Højbjerg or Romeo. I mean, the obvious thought would be Romeo, but he just does such an important job for the team that I'm not too sure about that. But Watford coming forward for probably the first time this season against us. We also what happened the first time we played Watford. We overran them. We outplayed them. We outclassed them the first time at St. Mary's. But now it's going down at Vicarage Road. For whatever reason, I couldn't remember what Watford's stadium was called. Vicarage Road. And they got to do a little bit better at their home stadium. So they put the ball into the box. It's actually a real good header. I don't know who it was, but it comes off of the post. And again, another corner. Will they be able to get it into the back of the net? This time it's flicked on. Again, I think it come off the post again. I'm not too sure if Gunn's name come up above his head. So, I mean, I'm guessing he saved it. But I'm saying I don't know if he saved it 100% or if it was partially him and partially the post. I said partially. Never mind what I said. 50 minutes in though, we are coming forward at Watford again. Nice ball play down the line. Beautiful ball. And cleared before it could reach his man. It was Charlie Austin waiting inside the box for that ball to reach him. Before they highlight Almiron, who's having such a brilliant game. Hoofed up into the air, flicked on by Watford, and look at how they are outnumbering us going forward. Pretty poor defensively for us to push this many players forward and risk losing the lead. Angus Gunn is there to actually deny it. Once again, he's been brilliant since we brought him in. Coming forward now, Nathaniel Klein sliding it into Miguel Almiron, a chance for us to kill the game off maybe. He plays it inside to Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, and you see who it is running down the left-hand side. Nathan Redmond inside off the post, baby. And now 85 minutes in, it's a little bit of a mess. It falls to Watford on this left hand side and they do equalize. That is football, ladies and gentlemen. It's football. It's football. We're down one end, we open up Watford. One-on-one with the keeper, comes off the post, waste our chance. Unfortunate to an extent. And then they come down the other end and they snatch a point off of us. It is huge. We can't afford to be losing points like that. Again, drop points from a winning position. Too many points dropped for us from a winning position is really unacceptable, to be honest. But now we have to focus on the next match. That's as simple as it goes. Southampton and Liverpool in key European battle. And Liverpool is our next opponent. Lucas Vazquez, you see there, picking up the Player of the Month award for April, but again, as usual, it's not April, it's the month before. They are saying they're going to fix that, but it is really not a big deal. But into this game now, welcoming Liverpool to St. Mary's. Remember, we played them at Anfield, and they did snatch a point off of us in the last minute. Fraser Foster in goal for this one. I believe I just forgot to put Angus Gunn in the goal for this game. I think that's what happened. Angus Gunn was supposed to be in goal. Like, he's been on good form. We've kind of given him the starting berth now. But forgot to put him in goal for this one because I still hadn't changed it in the long-term plans. Because right now it's just a short-term thing. We're seeing how it goes, and he's not really been letting us down. But in this one, Fraser Foster in the goal between the sticks. 26 minutes in, Fabinho playing it inside to Naby Keita, who hits the post. And don't know who that was following it out, but it's a little bit of a ridiculous attempt to dive in head of that. But we're coming forward. It was a quiet game as Højbjerg plays it into Lucas Vazquez on the stroke of halftime, and the player of the month for the previous month steps up and finds the back of the net. The Spaniard, we didn't even get a nickname for him. What should we call him? El Phenomenal was taken. So El Presidente. El Presidente? Well, how do you say, like, the reliable? How do you say the reliable in Spanish? I'm going to find that out. And that's his new nickname. The reliable Lucas Vazquez finding the back of the net. Very good finish. Sending the keeper the wrong way almost. And gets his 10th goal of the Premier League season. What a brilliant season he's had. Debut season here at St. Mary's. And now Liverpool have to find their way back into this game again as they did at Anfield. Naby Keita 68 minutes in. I mean, it's poor defending, but Firmino didn't have to do me like that. He didn't have to do. He did not have to do me like that. The man so nonchalantly, I had to cut that short as well. You're gonna run all the way to the manager. Look at the way he flicked it up and just side-footed it. KMT, just KMT. Look, flicked it up and then instantly volleyed all in one smooth movement. Like, that was too much. No. 74 minutes in, they come forward again. Alexander Arnold into Henderson. It looks like it was Henderson who tried that header in the first half. And that was just a similar animation, bro. But number 23 on the ball, I think it's Højbjerg. Finding Gabbiadini. He's going to slide it down that line to Oriol Romeo, who finds Lemina at the back post. And now it's us getting that late goal against Liverpool to get ourselves all 3 points. 87 minutes into the game and we take the lead late on. Nice through ball. Romeo of all players. I mean, I do not want you up there, Romeo, by any means. But if you're going to put it on a plate for someone like that, I'ma take it. And Mario Lemina stepped up with some real important goals this season. And there goes another one. And I'm just realizing that my statistic was put underneath this guy's board. Shit. So, but what it basically said was 9 significant goals have been scored within the last 10 minutes of matches this season. That's a lot of goals. Significant goals meaning a goal that changes the result, whether it turns it from a losing position to a drawing position or a drawing position to a winning position. 9 goals in the last 10 minutes. That's for and against us. We need to do better. We need to do better and stop conceding such late goals. Nothing we need to do is stop throwing away leads. As you've seen earlier on in this episode, the last episode, probably the episode before and the episode before, it's happening too much. But top scoring team of the league is us. I mean, I feel like that's a little bit of a it's a bit of a misleading stat due to the fact that, I mean, a lot of the goals have come, we've had surges. Like, we had the obviously 8 goals against Crystal Palace, we had 5 against Brighton. Without those, we obviously wouldn't be the top scoring team in the league. But I mean, we got them, so I don't know how misleading it happened, you know. So we're playing against Wolves, a team turning up with a back 5. I just don't respect teams that really do this like that. I mean, everyone loves Wolves, but I mean, do you really need to play 5 at the back? Like, it's always a question I ask. Like, you don't need to play 5 at the back to defend well, like, but that's not what we're here to discuss. We create a brilliant chance early on, and Nathan Redmond puts it over the bar. Second gilt-edged chance he's missed. I don't want to blame him too much for the first one because it's always a little bit unfortunate when you hit the post. Like, I mean, when you're one-on-one, it's like a bit less forgivable. When you're one-on-one, you should be finding the back of the net. But, I mean, it's always a little bit unfortunate when you hit the post. So I don't want to blame him too much, but that one right there, left foot or right foot, I don't even really care. You have to kind of hit the post. Right there, I don't know, who was that? Was that Højbjerg or Vazquez trying a spectacular bicycle kick? Really didn't need to do any of that. Like, I mean, you could have just left it. There was a guy behind him, could have found the back of the net, but we do push forward again, and Nathan Redmond, look at this man, trying to make up for those 2 misses. I don't really usually go for efforts like that, but you know, it was looking like it was, I saw the keeper kind of edging off of his line. And I thought, you know what? Let's try it. And it really wasn't that far off. Like, I can't, for a second, I thought it was finding the back of the net, but it didn't in the end. Gabiadini, we're just dominating Wolves right now. I mean, you got 5 at the back, and it still ain't working. As we play into Lamina, and finally we do break the deadlock as we go 1-0 up right here. What time? 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. Get 44 again, scoring a goal right before half time. Just like we did against Liverpool, and it worked out for us against Liverpool. Is it going to work out for us against Wolves? It's always one of the best times to score in a game. I mean, other than scoring with the last kick of the game, because the opponent literally can't do nothing to change what's just happened. But 85 minutes, second half was real, just uneventful. To be honest, if I'm completely honest with you, it was just uneventful. As Redmond plays into Almiron, beautiful first touch, but then the finish just completely isn't there from the Paraguay international. First touch, pretty much exactly what you would want from that first touch, but it just didn't work out. And now shaking hands with the Wolves manager, of course not the actual Wolves manager, but from the patch I'm expecting them to add a lot of missing managers. A lot of 2K will probably put in the game that I think, what other Premier League managers know in the game? I don't know, I don't remember all of them, but there's a lot of Spanish managers I think that aren't in the game as well. Add some of those up, but now the final game of the episode against Newcastle. It's not a side that frightens me too much. They got Milik up front. John Joe Shelby can play when he wants to, but I'm not too worried about that. And again, this is the lineup. Angus Gunn starting in the goal again. Going with a midfield 4 and a front 2. 4-4-2, Austin and Gabiadini starting it up front. Højbjerg and Lamina, usually the go-to choice when I play the 4-4-2. I don't feel like there's a better 2 in midfield, really, in the league right now. Like, the way these two play, they're kind of unstoppable at this point. But this was also another one of them kind of, I wouldn't say it was uneventful, but it just, there wasn't too many clear-cut opportunities. 12 minutes into this one, Newcastle did create a chance as they come down this right-hand side. Matt Ritchie obviously wanted to look onto his left foot, and Milik, again, that one's not really a clear-cut chance. It's kind of a half chance right there as Gabiadini picks up the ball, spins well, and just drives forward, and he plays a beautiful ball into Lucas Vazquez, who's one-on-one with his man. Ball rolls to get around him, keeps going with his left foot, and maybe he could have found a better pass, but it really didn't open up for him to find the back of the net. And again, bit of another half chance right here. Lamina now 29 minutes in, powering forward, and you see Gabiadini to his right. He sees Gabiadini to his right. Gabiadini tries to bend into that far post, and that's one of the best chances of the game up to this point. 30 minutes into the game. Gabiadini, you see what he was trying to do. It was the right idea, just didn't execute it to its best potential. 57 minutes in now as we come forward again here at St. James Park, kind of dominating proceedings. Lamina again looks out to Vazquez. He pulls it all the way back to the edge of the box. I think it was Charlie Austin who was waiting there, tried to finesse it. Maybe you should have just gone for your classic laces. Just put your foot through it, Charlie. But again, it's all Southampton as Højbjerg plays it into Gabiadini. One-on-one with the keeper now. Manolo Gabiadini does not fail as he finds the back of the net and gives us the lead in this one. So that, again, the one real clear-cut chance of the game ended up in the back of the net. But it's been like, it's been happening. It's been coming pretty much as you've seen Lamina and Højbjerg and Gabiadini even just bursting through the middle. Newcastle has so much space just in the middle of the park, and this time it's coming down the wide areas as Redmond pulls it across the box. Gabby, look at that save. That save is insane, but it didn't really matter in the end because the match was won. Another 1-0 victory. I mean, every win we got in, well, I say that we only got 2 wins. No, we beat. I forgot. We beat Wolves. But every win in this episode has been a 1-goal victory. So very close games. And now you see in the next episode, we face off in the FA Cup semi-final against Cardiff City. We are so close to the final. Let me know if you want to see that today. Double upload. You hit them likes. But now I decided to show you guys the sliders that I've been using because it was brought to my attention. I didn't show them in the episode where I spoke about my new sliders. But you see pass speed there has changed more for realism because I feel like the passing is a little bit too fast in this. So I've turned it down a little bit. Also, the injuries, a little bit, I feel like there's not enough. So, I've put up the frequency and taken down severity because obviously you don't want, like, massive injuries in every match. Goalkeeping ability, that's the only thing I really changed for my sliders. As for the computer sliders, pass speed as well, just to match it up. Goalkeeping ability, their error, a lot of that stuff. But I feel like the most important thing is the marking. I've put their marking up. It really doesn't need to be put up too much, the sliders. Like, you can kind of keep it as it is, but like a few changes. Fullback positioning and first touch control. Obviously, first touch control speaks for itself. But fullback positioning, I feel like, as for ultimate difficulty, like, it's not necessarily... Like, they score a relative amount of goals. Like, it's not like they're not scoring goals like previous years. But they still concede too much. Like, they're still way too open at times. So, fullback positioning, you need to take that down so they leave less gaps by pushing players forward. Take that stuff down. But, again, marking, I think, is the most important. You put marking up as much as you need to so that you feel like you don't just have all kinds of freedom and all kinds of space on the ball. You need to be kind of pressured, especially in midfield. Sometimes they give you way too much time on the ball. But yeah, that's it. And as for the table, this is what it looks like. It's still crazily tight. Like, we're going into the I think next episode, 3 games left. Well, actually, no, we have the FA Cup match next. So what will probably happen is the final game of the season will probably be live, and if we make it to the final of the FA Cup, that will be live too. So I mean, next episode we'll go down to the final game of the season, and it's looking like this race for European football is gonna go down to the wire, cause we're on 60, Everton on 58, Spurs on 57. They're all in it. Leicester is 61, Man United on 62. Man United's played a game in hand as well, so we can really take their position and get up there. Manchester City on 2. Even the champions. Oh my God. Chelsea have played a game extra and they're only 6 points ahead. We can even win the league, guys. I didn't even notice that. That's crazy. Yo, we come back for the next episode. You're going to want to see that. Hit that like button and it will be up to date.